entire episode.
Just on the waiting screen, yeah.
The last episode.
Taya to go into Fenstream and tell me because I was busy sitting in Fenstream just looking at the. Okay.
Well, at least Craig's got us.
Sorry, everybody. I could see myself on Fenstream, so I just assumed I was on. I forgot I had. Yeah.
It's okay. All they missed was the milk discourse.
Yeah, all you missed was us talking about milk.
You can catch it here in my VOD later.
Yeah. It'll also be on the podcast if I ever edit it, because I'm not taking it out. I think that's important for people to hear.
Great. Everyone should hear the milk discourse.
Yeah.
Right?
It can be the post credits.
Make it extra Patreon content.
Oh no! Something's wrong with the whatchamacallit, the Roll20 dice box. There it is.
Oh.
I forgot that I can't shrink it, or else it gets all fucked up.
Whoopsie.
Okay, cool. So Vala, do you want to say where we are? I know you and Javier and Archie were off shopping, and I believe Astrid, Victoria,
we were having guy time.
Astrid, Victoria, and Letizia were going to a meeting at the Coteries warehouse. Am I right?
Yeah.
That sounds
yes.
right.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get, fucked up by Alice.
No.
And
You were so dead convinced you were going to be, and then she was just like, "Okay, bye. Have fun. It's nice. It's been nice seeing you."
I distinctly remember that Javier failed to pickpocket a guy and then mugged him instead. And then
and Archie watched.
And then forced him to agree not to call the cops. And then we had to go share a shitty hotel room where Archie almost forgot not to open the bathroom door before sunset.
Oh, Archie.
But I didn't forget.
You scam.
No.
It would have been very funny to be like, yes, Javier's finally not taken the precaution to make sure Archie doesn't immolate us.
That'd be a hell of a like when you finally reunite with the other three. Archie's like, "Yeah, I killed Javier. Sorry."
Thank God.
Oops,
You finally did
I
something
did
right.
it again.
Yeah. Victoria's like, "Finally, my phone is safe." Had to put some sort of weird 1980s era lock on the keys.
Yeah,
so it couldn't
but
be used.
they would have to come in with a
Just
new
in a
character,
Yeah.
and it would probably just be M.
A new character that wants to make even more phone calls.
No, it'll just be one that makes Victoria feel even more bad.
Impossible.
The
Not this
character
timeline.
that Archie should never meet.
Not this timeline. Please,
just-
God, no.
It's a slight tangent, but what's a big tangent? It reminds me of there's an episode of The Simpsons where Homer just calls Thailand, and you just hear his side of the conversation is like, "Hello, is this Thailand?" And there's a pause, and he goes, "Oh, so you guys talk like that 24/7, huh?" And that's how I imagine Javier on the phone just calling overseas. Anyway, yeah. So who do we want to start with? I think we finished with Archie and Javier, didn't we? Or were you? Or did we finish with a dream?
The last thing that I
think the last thing we did was the kind of like deciding that you guys were going to shopping. I remember you guys were going thrift shopping.
Yeah, because I still had $20 of change in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so were you guys gonna reconvene before you went to the warehouse?
Well,
No,
we certainly tried to call Victoria, but there was no answer. So Javier's like, "Well, fuck it. I guess we're going shopping." Yeah, Javier's like, "Okay, well, no one can be arsed. I guess let's go spend this money."
Okay, so
because he realized it might be a bad idea to keep enough change in his pockets to make phone calls.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick.
Oh, so I think we'll start with the trio on their way to the warehouse meeting with the sheriff, if that's okay, and we can come
Have
back
fun
to.
with your politics. We're going shopping.
Okay, so yeah, this is while you guys are shopping. You have a difficult time, I imagine, finding You have a difficult time finding the like a thrift store that's open past
this is
sunset.
first thing in the evening.
Yeah, but it's also like the early '80s in Australia. Things shut.
Yeah.
Things shut pretty early, but
yeah, now.
yeah.
Well, if we can't get into one,
No, I say you find
legally-
one. You find one. Yeah.
I was like, we can just break in and leave money on the counter. It's
But
fine.
last time you did like a clothes shop heist, it involved like Archie talking to bats, and yeah, we don't need.
Yeah, but that's because Javier wasn't there. Javier would know how to actually break into a place.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And just
Yeah. You guys, I think you guys should decide between yourselves exactly where you go, and then while I do the warehouse meeting for the
old
others.
of you to assume that Nick and I haven't discussed at length what those two were up to.
Okay.
There you go. You're ahead of the game.
We
guys-
had 2 weeks.
You guys haven't shared your behind the scenes stuff with me since the campaign started. Now it's all a
'Cause we-
mystery. Now it's all secrets.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna make some NPCs that you don't know about.
Aw.
Yeah,
But I
you can play
do,
with that.
because you updated the map.
I haven't updated that map in a long time. You just haven't.
Well, so I think if you're
it's
making
definitely
NPCs that
been
are in the,
updated in the past 2 weeks.
Has it? I don't remember doing it.
and I think if you're making NPCs that aren't going to be in the game, then that's just called creative writing.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
just being a lunatic. It's also not bad.
To be fair, like, Nick and I actually specifically were like, we want to keep this secret because we want to surprise everyone.
Okay, I'm only playing. I do not care. You guys can have as much secret stuff as you like. Just I'm saying, if you wanted to impact the Chronicle, I need to know about it eventually.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think this is Chronicle impacting. This is just fun, stupid shit.
I hope it's Chronicle impacting. Like Archie found like a haunted T-shirt. Now you're.
Archie found a
Oh.
gun.
Oh, I'll take care of that. I can now. Is it better? I can see it. I can see it. Bring it over.
Restore
Bring it over.
haunted fetter t-shirt.
We'll do a little seance.
A poor wraith attached to like a T-shirt and just being like sent to like a Salvation Army store.
We show back up and Letitia's just like looking at us. We're like, what?
There's a ghost like sitting on Archie's shoulders.
Yeah, I've been feeling heavy actually.
Oh
It's
boy.
just like the
Love it.
saddest ghost. It's just like, I guess this is my life now.
Yeah. I guess I'm attached to this rat guy now.
I mean, welcome to the best improvement of your life. You were sitting in a thrift store before.
And I can talk to you now. We can be friends.
Now you're being
Yeah,
eaten
right.
by a guy who's routinely had his face chewed on by rats. I don't know why I said
Wonderful.
eaten. Archie's
Well,
eating the
maybe
T-shirt because
Archie's
he's.
gonna
It's a nervous habit, okay?
Yeah, this isn't his first Chewbacca costume. Although you haven't worn the Chewbacca costume in a little while. They've been putting you in they've been treating you like a paper doll and just putting you in different clothes.
Just a little dress up.
Yeah. It's like you've become the coteries child.
I mean,
Even though you're one of the oldest ones here.
yeah, but look at him.
Yeah, I know.
He
I
lost
see.
a fight with a possum.
I see him. Well, did he lose the fight? Because they were pretty dead after he was finished.
I mean, I guess ultimately he won the fight, but did his pride survive?
No, it didn't. Right, so you're all. Which car are you all in? Astrid, Victoria, and Letizia.
Any preferences, ladies?
I mean,
I'd say just go in one car.
definitely would go
Unless-
in one car because it
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. I mean, guess we'll go in Victoria's car.
Hop
Yeah,
on
sounds good to
in.
me.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Okay, so you're heading down. You're going to the western part of the city where the docks are. It's not very populated at this time of night. Obviously there's work going on at the docks and the shipping yards and stuff, and you can see the lights on there. But your warehouse is a little bit north of that and kind of out of the way. But when you arrive there, you see a nondescript black car is already waiting there. And standing next to it is the larger man that you always see accompanying the sheriff. Did you get his name?
No,
I don't
you
think
never
you
gave
did.
us
No,
a
I
name.
don't. Yeah, I don't
We
think,
got
I
a
don't think so.
title. He got a
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, he's the Hound, right? One
He
of the
is like,
Hounds.
hang on, I've
I
got
think
this.
we're the hounds.
I think you called him a deputy, but I don't think it was ever
No, he's the
established.
dual head of security.
Oh yeah,
that is
dual
what you
head of
called him.
security. Okay, I did
Dual
call
head
him
of
something.
security.
Yeah, so that's
I have served Prince Lytton, speaks English and Cantonese. Description: an absolute unit.
yeah, he's a unit. Okay, so he's
I love
waiting
that
there.
description.
He's waiting there, and when you see him, as you sort of the car stops, I'm assuming you all get out of the car and don't just sit inside the car and stare at him.
Yeah, that's, I
Obviously.
think, a good assumption.
Assert dominance.
Well, I don't know. You guys have made some decisions, so I just like to stop and check.
That's accurate.
Yeah, so he just sort of gestures towards the warehouse where the big sort of roller shutter front of it has been rolled up just high enough for someone to walk under. And he sort of waits outside, but he gestures for you to go on ahead.
We go on ahead.
on
Unless
ahead.
anyone doesn't want to.
Okay.
Let's go.
So inside, the sheriff is waiting. The sheriff is dressed much as they always are, just sort of all black, form-fitting. Their hair's sort of tied back severely, and they nod. They sort of she nods to you as you come in. She's like, "Well, what information do you have?"
When I have to remember what actually happened.
We found.
You're probably going to tell her about Alice, I assume.
Yeah, Alice, the fact that we agreed to help a would-be Baron. What else is important?
She's making what? Like she's one that even making.
Yeah,
new
she's one of
vampires,
the
I
one
think?
making the new vampires.
I
think that was
believe we did
implied.
explicitly say that we would not share the location of the footballer's arms.
Did we?
Yeah, the contact between like us, or like the actual location of
The location
Alice?
of the bar,
Okay.
which is called the footballer's arm.
Okay.
Or arms. I wrote I wrote that down.
Great. Actually helpful. Okay.
So do you want to say you
also-
recount all that, but you don't give the
Um,
location of the place?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, some bar.
Yeah. So when you're kind of describing, all that you've been through, like speaking to Alice, and the sheriff kind of stops you and says, "What did this Alice look like?"
Normal. From a different time period. She seemed very
Proper.
proper, yes.
Would you
Hated
say?
familiarity.
Would you say, a sort of late Victorian style?
Yeah.
Give
Did anyone
give
roll
or-
high enough for that?
I
She
think
was-
we got like a good look at her. So
Yeah, but you would say you had a look enough to know like when sort of the sheriff suggests this, you'd be like, oh, that's what it was. But at the time, you couldn't pin it down yourself. But sort of having it suggested to you now might sort of wake you up enough to be like, oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Someone's like, no, it was Edwardian, you dolt.
Late Victorian, early Edwardian, turn of the century.
It's interesting. Well, and you're certain she's the source of the problem?
A source.
At the very least, she would be a source.
A source. Do you have other?
It was definitely. I have a feeling that she might have at least knowledge of the Camarilla, because she said that I was familiar to her, which you know very well. I don't usually participate in much of the outside world.
Oh, that's right. She said she recognized you, didn't she?
I'm not surprised. Alice wore a different face until not so long ago.
What do you mean? Do you know this person?
Not well. She is a fixture of the domain. But she's never really bought in. And now it seems like she's made her decision.
So was she was part of...
No, she was not. She stood apart. She was, well, the word that our community likes to use is autarkus. But just say she's stood apart. Undeclared, no particular political affiliation until obviously now, which puts us at odds with her.
Interesting.
And as duly appointed hounds, it puts you at odds with her. Obviously, Leticia, you're free to return to your business anytime you please. But it would be much appreciated if you would stay.
Takes Astrid and fucks off.
Well, perhaps we could discuss an agreement.
Well, what do you have terms?
No, perhaps, it's the boon I can perhaps redeem later.
I see. Very well. I can accept that. Because this is I don't well, Victoria and Astrid, I'm sure given how new you are to our domain, I can't really impress upon you how important it is that this problem be dealt with expediently.
Oh, of course.
And as I said, duly appointed hounds, you and your absent colleagues are responsible for dealing with this.
Be within my right to assume that we have your permission to go ahead and assist, and she air quotes, this Alice to further understand her current situation.
Yes.
And to get rid of said problem?
Of course. Obviously, it's not a declared blood hunt. So keep your wits about you and try to be inconspicuous. I'm aware of uh, Alice's methods enough to know that she can, if you can safely remove the head of the serpent, the body will be useless.
Happen to know anything that would be useful to us in dealing with her directly?
She
If you are
is
familiar with her, as you say.
she is part of the Moon clan, the the mad kindred.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Hmm.
That may assist you. It's not a fact that she openly shares. I believe she finds it distasteful.
Wait, which clan is she from? I didn't hear.
Malks.
She's Malkavian.
Mm-hmm.
So that may catch her off balance. It's not a fact readily known in kindred circles. I believe myself and the prince may be two of the only kindred to actually know this fact about Alice. She prefers to pose as a Ventru Toreador. She can change her face effectively. She's had several identities. I don't recognize the one you've described, but the name is one she's used before, and the methods seem in line with hers.
Well, we will certainly use that to our advantage. Thank you very much.
I'll also add that she's never been a violent sort, so you may find luck taking that route. Obviously, as I said, inconspicuous, discreet.
Yes, of course. We don't want to cause a scene.
That's
No
right.
point adding fuel to that fire.
That's right. Is that all you need? Did you have more?
I believe that's everything that I had queries on. You two?
Aster just shakes her head. She's been trying to play like the strong silent type since they got here. She's not saying anything. She hasn't nodded. This is like the
She's
first active
learning.
movement.
There
So
we go.
proud of her.
Little baby.
I believe that would be all. We will definitely keep in contact and tell you what we come across, and we will deal with it.
You will. Okay. I look forward to hearing about the result. I will say this, I'd like to keep our meetings and my direct involvement in this limited. So I ask that you not contact me until you've dealt with our shared problem.
Very good. That will not be an issue.
And Victoria,
Yes.
you can expect good things if you do what you're told.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Very good. And then she sort of just steps past you out towards her car and gets in the back. And the ghoul chief of security kind of gives you like a deadpan kind of stare, and then climbs into the driver's seat And the car pulls out and drives away.
Whenever they leave, Aster just lets out a breath like, oh, that was exhausting.
Do as I'm told. Yeah. Fucking nerve on these people. Well, shall we... What do you think? Do we return to the barony, find our little dirty friends, and get on the road, or any other stops we'd like to make first?
Our dirty little friends.
There's tea.
We should probably get them, right?
Yes, before they, I don't know, burn a house down.
Sounds like, we're getting some leeway on investigating all this, but it's probably like a little ticking time bomb, right? Eventually, she's going to want results.
Yeah. And I would like to avoid helping a barony as much as physically possible.
Right.
Smash cut to us agreeing to something at the new barony.
Yeah, we'll bomb this. Yeah, we'll bomb this place. That's fine.
Javier and Archie wearing like uniforms, like, yes, hooray for the Baron!
We're all
Fully
punked
invested.
out. We're just like, oh, thank fuck, I finally got away from them.
Never gonna see Javier again.
Well, why don't we smash cut to Javier and Archie and see what they're doing?
That was exactly enough time for me to finish my drawing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well done. So yeah, I'm assuming you're. Well, you tell us where you are because you wanted it to be a surprise.
Well, I just wanted what we bought to be a surprise, but yes. So I believe what we were talking about, and some of this you were actually on call for, Cry. But I believe we were talking about if we couldn't get a hold of anyone and we didn't really know what to do, we might just go see a movie.
Oh yes, I do remember this. So
I don't remember what we decided on, but
you couldn't pick one. You had trouble picking one because you had to find one that would be out at that time.
Yeah.
oh, I think it was the newest Indiana Jones. I think is the one we settled on
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it was Raiders.
because it
wasn't
had familiar. It had at least it had Harrison Ford in it, so it was like
Yeah.
tangentially Star Wars.
So yeah, you're in the cinema watching, like, I would say that the tapering off to the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
Like the big crate is being wheeled into the warehouse, and then like top men, and then now and like
Amazing.
yeah, and now yeah. So I'll leave you guys to start your scene there.
When's the last time Archie got to go to a movie theater?
I imagine I snuck into one when Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
When the Empire Strikes Back came out.
You stuck in and went invisible?
Yeah.
If he just sits still, like in the chair, he's fine.
Just had to make sure no one sat on you.
He just has to pick a session that's not a lot of people at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I imagine at this point we've already gotten Archie's new ensemble, which where is the lovely art channel? Behold what we picked out for this guy.
Oh,
Archie.
Fucking
oh my
good God.
God.
Hang on, let me put this on stream.
No.
Oh no.
Why would you do that to
Oh
him?
god. Wait, let me see.
Why would you
Probably
why would
because
you do that?
Javier let him pick out whatever he wanted.
Awful.
Oh. Hey, Vest Club.
Yeah, it's more like a shirt with like different sleeves sewn onto it.
He looks like the he looks like the blueprint of a scene kid.
I'm just gonna put him I'm gonna put him over Archie's picture for now, just so.
Let me turn on the notes that I added. Let me see here. Because I wrote some notes down because Nick and I brainstormed this whole thing. So I guess for the folks that are listening and not actually looking, we have him in what looks like a lined denim jacket with mismatched brown sleeves, and it's got like one of those like little furry like sort of Sherpa cuffs, like for the lapels. We've got some what used to be just some regular jeans before
Now they've got
Javier. Yeah, no, they were normal
Yeah.
jeans, but Javier tore them up and let a couple cars run over them.
yeah, now they've got rips in them, and you can see his horrid little legs.
Well, Archie didn't want to wear shoes, so we found some furry boots and removed the boots part of them.
Archie didn't want to wear shoes. God.
But he
And
was just wearing like furry leg warmers.
yes,
Yep.
it's perfect. And we repurposed the Wookiee belt,
Oh,
like
well, that's
the
good.
Wookiee bandolier, into a belt. And
You
then
like
Archie.
you like queer-eyed Chewbacca.
For the hair, I wrote, "Is it hair product or is it just like that, TM? The world may never know." And then, pointing to the sunglasses, says, "Whatever to fuck these are."
That's right. You just sent me a photo of like someone from the 80s wearing like weird sunglasses. Like, I love them. I want
Yeah, we were
these
trying to
ones.
pick out sunglasses, and you saw those, and you're like, "Those, I want those." So this is basically like our little brainstorming session was like literally like what happened was we just went through and Archie's eyes were opened to the possibility of how even more horrid he can look. And
I'm a simple
Javier
man.
indulged him. Also, he wanted to paint his nails. He kind of didn't understand how that works.
I was
He
wondering
saw
why his
Javier
hand
using
would
the
look
little
like that.
he saw Javier using the little brush, and that took too long. So instead, he took the bottle and poured it over his hands, and then shook the excess off.
I was really hoping it was like a bottle of house paint that he just like dipped his fingers in.
He also attempted to paint Rathius, but that was more like Rathius' whole paws instead of nails. So that's why there are now nail polish stains in little paw prints going up one hand or one arm.
Can I posit one thing? That perhaps the sunglasses were found floating in a toilet, and that's where Archie got them.
Solid.
Yeah, I looked away for like a second.
And he was just wearing these glasses.
Here we go. Here's
And the question is, why did he even go to a toilet? He doesn't need to use it.
There's the notes.
Beautiful.
This is what Nick and I just brainstormed one night.
Wow. That's in the Discord on the Lovely Art channel for anyone that wants to go and have a look. That's the Discord you want, the one I just put in my chat.
It's a horrid little mishmash of like things from the
post it in
60s and 70s.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a
Horrid,
and you'll
horrid
find
little mishmash.
you can find more character art there too, including the aftermath of when Archie ate the possums.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that we went with the other group long enough for me to finish that because I hadn't colored him from the waist down yet.
Okay, so yeah, you're
yeah, also he has a band-aid on his nose because it's the only way we could get the sunglasses to stay up.
I forgot he doesn't have a nose.
He's got a
He's
part
got like
of
half
one.
a nose.
Yeah, he's got the parts that count. Okay, so yeah, you guys are the movie's just finishing now. Archie's wearing his new ensemble.
Hey, Javier.
Yeah. This was the equivalent of let the 3-year-old pick out their own outfit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Archie is going to ask Javier, how will Victoria know where we are?
She won't.
Okay.
Look, eventually she'll come looking for us. Should have been at home to receive her phone call.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did try and call her.
Do you just want to head back to the footballer's arms and just... Oh, I could teach you how to play pool. You know how to play pool?
I don't.
This time you won't have to, walk in all invisible.
That'd be good. Although I do like being invisible.
Yeah. That, and I figure, she's got a half decent head on her shoulders. I'm sure it's the first place she'd look.
Yeah, she's smart. I trust her.
Cut to Victoria like looking under cars and in like cupboards.
Like abandoned warehouses in the
She sends Astrid into the sewers.
Yeah.
No, they go to that like startup because they talk to that one dude who was just like, oh yeah, this like, American came by. The dude that Javier fed off this morning.
Like I said, but what do the three of you who weren't already in the new barony, are you heading straight to the footballer's arms? Are you going to try and go somewhere else first? I think it would be safe to assume you'd know where to find, because that's where you left them.
Yeah, I would assume Victoria probably does a very cursory drive around town just to make sure they're not dead in a ditch somewhere.
Well, if we were dead, we would be Ash.
Well, Ash looks suspicious enough.
Yeah.
And then we'd probably just
stopping at every random dirt pile.
Yeah.
Give it a sniff.
Just like on the lookout, trying to see them.
Victoria just sees where someone emptied their vacuum cleaner and is like, oh god, Archie!
Who cares about Javier but Archie?
See, the problem is you're looking for the Chewbacca outfit.
Yeah, that's it. No.
Oh yeah, and Javier picked up a backpack as well, and I think that's probably what the Chewbacca outfit is in.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say that if you go to the footballer's arms, you would find Javier and Archie there playing pool.
Were our buddies there? Were Tackle and Crow there?
No, it's quiet today.
No Frank? No. Horror movie?
No Frank today. It's basically just you guys and the bartender. It's a different bartender too.
Cool. Well, I've got all this change. I might as well, pick some music to keep us occupied with.
Okay. You can put on some music. It's a weird collection because it's like, it's like Slim Dusty and like other country music, but then there's also like a bunch of punk music. It's like two very different people got to pick what went into the jukebox.
And it's probably a bunch of shit that Javier's never heard before because, I mean, when would he have been able to get access to it?
Yeah. It's probably a bunch of stuff Archie's never heard before because he lives underground.
Yeah. He lives in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
So we find our friends. We find the new Archie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do a scene where you react to as you come in, you see Archie looking as he does in his new his new art here. This one.
Hey guys.
Astrid just runs over. Archie, you look incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Look at you.
Javier helped. He let me.
Wow.
I just bought the clothes. And then he looks over at the other two and gives like a little half wave. Then finishes whatever shot he was making.
Victoria, before she's being looked at, is openly grimacing, but as soon as Javier looks over, she puts on like a forced little smile. It's like, I don't have the heart to tell him it's hideous.
Oh, he's aware. He's hoping that it does.
Yeah, but he's so excited about it.
Yeah, Javier knows. Javier's giving him that look like, you better not.
You look amazing, Archie.
Thank you.
Very
I really
nice
like it.
color coordination.
I was gonna say, I was gonna make a joke about being colorblind, and I remembered I have said before that Archie's my only character who canonically is not colorblind.
Well, it's all shades of brown, so that's...
What did you do to your hands?
Oh, I tried to paint my nails, but I got, a bit impatient, and the nails are painted.
It's probably at this point that you notice this there's speckles of nail polish that are like you can tell that Javier's probably tried to remove them, but there's definitely still evidence that he was in the splash zone.
The first few tries, takes a bit to get used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
Look
we
at
got
her.
into the place,
Yeah.
I would have liked to activate Sense the Unseen, knowing that there have been obfuscated kindred in
Yeah.
that bar
You
before.
you don't see any like obfuscated kindred at the moment, but it's
Mhm.
it's a good sort of
It's on,
yeah. So it's on.
and I'm
Dang.
looking. I'm keeping an eye out.
Sorry, I
So-
just heard some like squealing tires in the background of someone's.
Ooh.
That's
I also
probably
heard
me.
that.
There's like a doggo having a hard time outside.
Well, there was that. It was very on brand. Someone peeled out in the parking lot of the bar.
So
Yeah, just dressing.
you guys are like sitting there looking at Archie's new clothes, and Letitia's eyes are just glowing as she slowly rotates around.
I'm just like wide-eyed
Yeah.
and just like
She's like two giant spotlights
scanning.
shining out of her skull, just like she takes in the whole.
scanning.
Yeah. And the person behind the bar just sort of gives you a nod. You don't recognize them, but they seem to at least be aware of you.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're the only ones in here at the moment. It's just the five of you and the bartender. As some of Javier's punk music plays over the jukebox.
Music's
Yeah,
loud.
no 70s rock tonight.
Thank God. Well, did you two manage to make any new friends last night?
Archie flashes back to the guy we robbed.
Yeah,
No.
Javier's like, it was awful late last night. We just kind of needed to find a place to stay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We were kind of hoping our new friends would be here, but I guess it's poker night somewhere else.
Yes.
So what's the plan then? What are we?
Well, we
What are
should
we
probably
doing?
get out of here first.
Yeah.
Well, if no one's here, Victoria floats and looks at Archie and goes, "What? Do you want to maybe have a look upstairs again? You try that?"
Is
The
that a good
bartender is
idea?
just looking at you guys across the bar.
Yeah.
Well, probably
There is-
this.
I am going to go back home.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
don't.
I mean, I was pretty much given an open invitation before everything yesterday, so I could just go up there and knock.
Oh, also, I want to point out Archie is playing pool terribly.
Well, he did say he's
Very-
never played it before.
Yeah,
so
it's very obvious he has no idea what he's doing.
He's like throwing the cue ball at them instead of using the stick.
he's
But he's having a good
bowling.
time, so Javier's just letting him, and he's like, "Oh darn, you beat me."
Okay.
But well, as a question to Cry real quick.
Yes.
Last time when we were here up in the offices, would we have noticed anything like on or in her office specifically that might give us more of like a hint as to what they're up to in the grand scheme of things? Just like general information that
Well, there
they
was
might take back to
filing
events?
cabinets and like a desk which could have had stuff inside of it. But there was no like folder with my evil plan on it or anything like that.
Damn.
There was just there was filing cabinets up there for sure. Like so much so that they kind of cramped up the room. It was very, very, very cramped when all of you were in there, as well as the desk and all and that stuff. Yeah. So it was fairly There's definitely stuff up there. Whether it pertains to what you want, you'd have to look into it and find out.
Javier's just sitting here, like clearly sneaking in, like internally, clearly sneaking in last time did not work.
No,
Because she spotted Archie immediately.
No one's here.
she might be.
He's like, seriously, I could just go upstairs and knock.
Or we could just
You know
ask the
what,
bar. We can
Archie,
ask the bartender if she's here.
It's not even the same one. How about, Archie, you show Victoria how well you've learned to play pool.
Oh, okay. So first you do this, and I pick up. I do a very obviously wrong series of events.
Not even
And
remotely.
I'll beckon with a finger, Astrid, since, that was our original cover. Because also, it's not a good idea to go up there alone, obviously.
Alright. Kind of go up with him. She's entered in like the strong silent type mode again.
She's brooding.
She's learning. I'm so proud of my babies. I've ruined them both. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just head up like we're invited.
Okay. The bartender doesn't stop you, but does sort of stop what he's doing to watch you sort of follow, his eyes follow you across the bar and watch you go upstairs.
Yeah, I just walk up like I belong there.
Okay. Well, yeah, no one stops you. There's no invisible wall, there's no guards. You just walk straight up. There's no one standing outside the office this time.
I'll knock.
There's no answer.
I'll just look at Talia silently.
It's literally just that Spider-Man meme with Miles Morales. So he'll just kind of speak up a little bit. Are we still on for our arrangement today?
You don't hear any answer, like any immediate answer. You don't even hear movement inside. It's quiet.
If I try the doorknob, does it open?
It seems locked, but it's also like loose. Like it wouldn't even really require kindred strength, you think, to knock this door open if you so wished.
And we noticed the dude that like stopped doing what he was doing and watched us, right?
Yeah, you would have seen that as you went up there.
All right. So, knowing all of that, he'll just be like, "I don't know, I guess the party ain't started yet," and he'll head back down over towards the bar. And he kind of like as we're going, he'll tell Astrid, it's like, I guess you can let the others know that nobody's home.
So nod.
And he'll go over and kind of approach the bartender and like the still like the I totally am supposed to be here thing, and just be like, well, where's the party tonight? Supposed to meet some friends and I don't think they got here yet.
He just sort of shrugs his shoulder and says, well, people come in out all night, mate. Not here yet. Anyone in particular you're looking for?
First he will describe the two punks tackling Crow and see if that gets a response.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see him. I haven't spoken to them myself. I'm usually on the day shift. Well, I've seen them occasionally. They're they're not here. Haven't been in here all night.
Interesting.
And then he'll ask. I can't remember the description you gave for Alice other than what she was wearing.
Yeah, well, she was just very sort of buttoned down and severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just meant like as far as like complexion or hair
Yeah.
color or any of that.
Well, pale just because kindred
Yeah.
and always pale. Her hair, I believe, was red, and if I said it was something else, I meant to say red because it was red. He sort of says, "Oh yeah, the boss, not in tonight. Strange. Usually spends the first part of the night upstairs. Didn't tell me why. I don't get paid enough to know."
That's fair. Well, I guess if you do see her, just let her know. Joseph was looking for her.
Yep. That's you, is it?
Yeah.
Righto. Cheers, mate.
All right.
Astrid will
And
just kind of mention quietly to everyone that she's not there.
basically, I am taking the attention of the barkeep in case anybody wants to do any funny business.
Well, no shit, she's not here.
Okay, so Alice definitely isn't here then?
Not that you can see.
Alright, do we want me to go invisible and fuck around?
Go rifle, Archie.
I will... Because the barkeep is right there, I'll go into the bathroom first and then come out while invisible.
So the door swings open and...
Yeah.
We
Okay.
time it like a big pantomime. Victoria will go in to piss
Okay.
at the same time as Archie has to leave.
I need to make a...
Well, I mean,
check
this
for
it's not modern times. These aren't unisex.
It's true.
Yeah,
so,
I was like, it's probably just like
yeah.
one bathroom.
Well, the guy watches Victoria go into the men's room as like, you just sort of see him shrug and go back to looking at the glass that he's cleaning.
Just goes in with Archie.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I need to do a
It's like-
rouse check
it's
to
like-
go invisible.
He's like, no accounting for fucking taste, I guess.
Hey! I succeeded! I
Yes.
actually succeeded a check!
Yeah,
So
so
proud of you.
while
Look
you're
at
in there with
you.
Archie, Victoria, you see him turn invisible.
You finally done it, kid.
Okay, so you want me to... What do you want me to go... You want me to go into the filing cabinets or something?
Go look through her stuff. Anything that looks interesting or might pertain to,
Oh,
the grand scheme.
secrets.
Secrets. You love secrets, Archie. But do try to put things you found. No. If you find anything really good, bring them to me. But most things, try and, keep them where you found them.
Okay. I go upstairs. Does it look like the barkeep can see me or anything? I'm
Well,
guessing no.
they're not following you with their eyes, if that
Okay.
helps. Yeah.
That does help.
Javier's intentionally trying to keep his attention on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I go upstairs.
Okay, so you go upstairs. The door is closed. You would find that the door is not it's not readily going to open without like a little bit of force.
Do I have the strength necessary to do
I would
that?
say any sort of person that's not like a spindly weakling, and even if you are like spindly, you're kindred, so you're naturally
Yeah,
strong.
I'm still a vampire.
Yeah. Oops.
This isn't D&D. We don't get stopped by a door.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not even going to make you roll. You can.
Okay.
But I will say that if you do, like, push it open, it's gonna. You get the feeling that it's gonna leave it. It's gonna be obvious that you forced it open. That it's been forced open.
Mm,
Don't you know how to break into things?
I do have 2 dots in larceny.
There you
Yeah,
go,
I
little
That
man.
luck, baby.
Could I try and open it without
You
having
could,
to...
but it'll be a difficulty 3 because you don't have like any
Yeah, you're
tools
right.
for it. You're just trying to do it with your hand.
I do have gross fingers. So.
Yeah.
Just remember how you saw Javier break into that place.
Okay.
Channel some lessons or something. I don't know. It's okay. You've got willpower.
Yeah. Okay, so I might try and break in before I force it open.
Also, if it's the Nosferatu that gets caught breaking in, we can just claim it's a compulsion.
Oh yeah.
He was just hungry for knowledge. What can we say?
The little
So
scamp, he
I
got away while we weren't looking.
larceny and what attribute?
Dexterity. Oh, wits. Sorry, wits.
Oh, okay. I've got 3 dots in wits somehow. Pool size modifier 0. Difficulty you said was 3.
Yes, that's right.
Cool.
You can do it, little man. We believe in you. Look at that.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh, you
he's
did
doing
it.
so good this week.
Did
I've
it.
got so many successes this week.
You did it. You opened the door.
Wow.
We just
Finally.
needed some guy time and gain
Yeah.
you some confidence.
Are
It's
you-
the new outfit.
Yeah, it's making him want to succeed.
Victoria's trust is all finally paying off.
At last.
Okay.
I've invested in your confidence. It was just a couple of bucks.
So, yeah,
And
the
we
door.
watched a movie, so you were channeling your inner Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I am Indiana Jones in this moment. Stealing things.
Okay, so yeah, you find yourself inside the office. There's the desk, obviously, which sort of dominates the back wall, with the filing cabinets on either side of it.
And there's no one in here?
No.
Thank God. Okay, I would like to go to, first of all, I want to see if there's anything on the desk.
Okay. So
Um,
the desk has a phone on it, a little like Filofax, like that you sort of flip through with a plastic ring binding, and that just looks. What you see, just sort of looking at that, is the numbers for a bunch of different, like pub suppliers, like beer and peanuts and glasses and stuff like that. Nothing of particular interest on
Okay.
that. But there's
Um,
there's a number of drawers.
yeah, I'll look through the drawers.
Okay. There's 3 drawers. There's one at the top, like a long one across the top, and then a smaller one on the left and a smaller one on the right. So which one would you like to open first?
The one on the left.
Okay. So as you open that, you sort of look inside and you find it's just full. Like when you open it, they almost pour out. It's so full of just newspaper clippings, and they're all clippings of the same politician. You recognize them as a politician because they were a politician sort of back when you were alive, and you sort of saw them on the news and stuff. They're involved in state politics. You don't really remember how, but it's the same, like the photographs of this politician over and over again, cut from the newspaper. Sometimes, the same photo from multiple different newspapers, and the the eyes have been carefully excised, like cut out. Like even if it's like just tiny little work, like tiny little, like it would have been like very fine cuts to get them out because they're not very big on the printed picture. But they've also been done. There's hundreds of these, possibly like hundreds.
I have 3 dots in politics. Can I roll to see if I know anything about this guy?
What? Damn, someone's got dots in politics.
Politics.
I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I would say you don't even need to roll. You recognize this. This is a parliamentarian who had a really bad scandal during your breathing days, like in the mid-70s. They had like a scandal that should have ruined their career, but for some reason, public opinion just kind of like shifted. And they started doing like, charity work, and they were involved in like the VFL grand final as like a master of ceremonies kind of thing.
Interesting.
And you remember that their whole career just turned around, and they had a tilt at becoming premier during the last election, but they didn't make it. But they're going to go again soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know his name, I assume.
It's a she.
Oh, sorry.
And the name is Irene Fisher.
Okay. Then I will keep that in mind. I don't trust that, but I will look in the drawer on the right hand side.
Okay. As you touch that, I'm going to make a roll here. And then what I want you to roll, if you just give me 1 second, I'll tell you what you've got to roll here. You need to roll your willpower for me.
Okay.
So I think if you just click your willpower, that should be an option for you to roll.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah. There's a willpower. Oh, it says willpower reroll, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, just how many willpower do you have?
All of them at the moment.
Okay, so how much is that all up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Okay, so
mark?
just roll 6 for me. 6 die.
Okay.
All right.
How do I do this? Dice to roll? No. Because there is a button to just roll. Oh, it's at the top. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Willpower. Dice to
I
roll.
wonder if it's the same roll
6.
to resist frenzy.
Difficulty?
Just put it as 2.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 4
Look
successes.
at you.
I
You're
am
so good.
So good.
I am doing so well.
Okay.
You're doing so well.
So as you touch the handle of that drawer, you feel a definite sense of something foreboding go through you. It's almost like touching something. I don't know if you're familiar with the feeling of when you touch something that's very hot, but it's that moment before your nerves kind of realize it's hot.
Yeah.
And then just as quickly that feeling passes, and you find yourself being able to open the drawer.
I'm telling you, it's the confidence from the new clothing.
Yeah, I open.
Okay, so inside the drawer, you see a small book, but it's a leather bound book. It's not like the Spyrex sort of thing that was lying on the counter. This is like a very old leather bound book with the front of it's kind of like engraved, like the leather has been engraved, and it just says thoughts in like
Interesting.
Oh boy.
Archie gets very excited and opens the book.
Okay, well, when you read it, it is in Latin.
Damn,
if only we had someone who
party.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like if this is taken, it's going to be very obvious it was taken.
Yeah.
And we are the only people in the bar at the moment.
Can you pull a second leather-bound notebook from your back pocket and Indiana Jones it?
Actually,
well, how well are you at memorizing shit? Like, even if you can't read it.
I've got 3 dots in wits. That seems like it'd be used for memory stuff. But also, I wouldn't be able to do any of the pronunciation or anything because Latin's stupid. So I don't know how well you'd be able to actually understand things.
Pen and paper?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is there anything in the room that I can write with?
Well, there's a pen on the desk next to the filer, the Filofax numbers thing, and there's some clear pages on the bottom of that you could probably tear out.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try and do that and just trace almost some of the pages and stuff.
Okay, so
maybe the most recent pages specifically.
Okay, so the pages near the back.
Yeah, because I imagine if it's a book called Thoughts, her most recent thoughts are probably in there, and that probably includes us. And I'll also do the ones towards start and end, basically. We'll skip in the middle section.
Bookends.
So as you look through this book, you notice a lot of strange like back and forth. Like some pages, it's like regimented, perfect handwriting, like it's like unbearably neat, almost like it's been printed. And on other pages, it's just spidery, like doctor's handwriting. It's all crammed together, like whoever's writing it has been trying to fit everything onto the one page, but they're writing like 3 pages worth of things. And you sort of flipping through, and when you look at like the later pages, you can see, especially these latest pages that you try to mark down. You see, you definitely see your own name written.
Interesting.
Yeah, and but it's really the only one that you sort of recognize.
Okay, so it's only my name that I
Yeah.
recognize?
Yeah.
No, Joseph and Margaret.
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, there may be like the Latin version of those names in there.
Right.
But you just see Archibald sort of written in places. And
Interesting.
then there's a few pages before that, there's a picture of like a very crude drawing of the desk, and from the angle you're viewing it at now, and like the right hand drawer has been crossed out.
Don't like that.
Oh, that's great. The Latin version of Margaret's Margarita.
Okay, yeah, I don't like that, but also I know that there was something fucky going on with that draw, so maybe it's just that. We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I copy down and like some, I said where I copy down. I'm gonna put the copies in my pocket, put the book back, and close the drawer.
Okay. That's fine. It all
Yep.
goes back to the way it was.
I will then. Do I go back downstairs now, or do I check the filing cabinets? I'm gonna
It's up to
check
you.
the one of the filing cabinets, one on
Okay.
the left.
All right. So those open just fine. And the top drawer, are you going from the top or the bottom drawer?
I'll go from the top.
Okay. The top drawer is just empty. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
Like there's a
Javier
dead
is definitely Sorry.
there's like a dead moth sort of lying in the bottom corner, and that's about it.
Javier will definitely be making sure that the most obnoxious music is playing downstairs to cover any sounds that Archie might be making.
It's like the early '80s version of Ants Marching by Dave Matthews Band.
I do not like this one bit.
That's okay. I'll see if Astrid wants to dance.
So-
Is
Except I
anything
believe
happening,
we both
Cry?
actually have dogs.
Well, I will say, Leticia, when Archie opened the right drawer at that same time, your like supernatural senses almost picked up something like the snapping of an elastic band. That's kind of the closest approximation you can make to the sound you heard. But the way nobody else reacted to that sound suggests you were the only one that heard it.
Okay, that's worrying.
And it came from upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't necessarily recognize what that sound
What
means.
it is?
Yeah.
Or what it could be?
Maybe something to do with you. I'm going to say broadly, you would think it might have something to do with blood sorcery, but blood sorcery is not your forte. But you would imagine that might be what it's about, because if you don't recognize it, chances are it's not Oblivion.
It's not Oblivion based,
Yeah.
but it's the other one.
It's the
see.
other one. The other one
It's
that you know.
other one.
your rival house at college. You know.
Right.
Blood
right.
sorcery house.
The blood sorcerers versus the Oblivion sorcerers.
Those damn Tremere.
Yeah. The dean put them on double secret probation.
Anyway, all right. I guess I would have commented. I'm kind of still like in high alert here. I don't know if I like the situation much. I'm definitely uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, there's like
and
the air is almost charged after that breaking sort of
yeah,
sensation too.
and I think I would approach Victoria and say something is going on upstairs.
in the
Some sort of.
bathroom.
Well, you
Coming
went.
into the
Are they in the
bathroom
bathroom?
Did you stay in the bathroom the entire time, Victoria? Like Archie's been up there for like a couple of minutes at this point.
Look,
Oh, yeah,
maybe
Yeah.
maybe she's got some, issues.
Yeah.
It's been a long night.
We did
Yeah, no,
establish
okay,
that
she's fine.
Victoria is not actually a vampire, but just LARPing.
That's true.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is her chance to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, finally. No, okay. So
Yeah.
in that case, where it's just been like chilling around the pool table.
Yeah.
So
Also,
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I would
Astrid and
definitely
Javier
approach you after hearing that and seeing that nobody else in here reacted to it and feeling very uneasy. I'm going to get close to you and whisper. I'm not trying to be heard here. But I'm going to say there's something going on upstairs. I heard a sound that makes me think that something broke. Something that nobody can hear. And we might be, I don't know. I'm not feeling confident about this.
I have no trust in Archie.
Is it something you think you would have a fix to?
No.
No.
It's out of my ballpark. I don't
So it's
do
one
blood
of the
sorcery.
it's one of the others. Well, hopefully he will return soon and we can all make a swift departure.
We have been seen, and the bartender definitely saw them going up there.
Oh yes, but
It won't be okay.
don't worry, I'll handle that.
All right.
So Archie.
I,
Oh, go on.
Hmm?
No.
I was gonna say, I just imagine that this whole time is just Javier and Astrid are hanging out over by the jukebox, and we're seeing who has the more like fabulous hair headbang. See who has the best hair flip.
So going back to the filing cabinet, Archie, the top drawer and the bottom and the middle drawer are both empty. And in the bottom drawer is a pair of scissors, like old, like tailoring, like seamstress scissors, like made of cast iron. Like they're heavy. They've got a heft to them.
Wait, sorry, what made of cast iron? I didn't hear the first couple
Like
words.
sheer,
Scissors.
like seamstress scissors, like tailoring scissors, like for cutting fabrics and
Interesting.
things.
I'm not going to touch those, but I will make a note of them.
And the other filing cabinet just seems to have like business details, like employee files and things like that in
Okay.
every drawer. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll close that then.
Yep.
And I'm gonna assume. Okay, I'll go look in the other one. I want to go back downstairs, but I don't think Archie would just.
So what are you looking in?
The other, because you said there were two filing cabinets.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm saying the other one. I already told you what was in the other one. The other one
Oh,
was,
sorry. I thought you meant other,
yeah.
like
Like
other drawer in the first one.
The left one is empty except for a pair of scissors, and the right one is just got employee details and business files and things like that in it.
Actually, I'll have a quick look through like employee details and stuff, see if there's anything in those that.
Yeah, you see like, details for there's 3 bartenders that are apparently employed. There's a cook, but they're currently on leave, which is why the kitchen's been closed. And there's like some contracts with some cleaners who come in and vacuum and mop the floors in the mornings. Nothing particularly earth-shaking.
Okay. Then I'll just go back down. I'll close it and just go back downstairs.
Yep. Okay,
I
so
think I
yeah,
realize why the bar is empty. It's like a Tuesday.
yeah. So you're gonna go back into the toilet to reappear?
Yes.
Okay, so as you step out, the bartender looks over and he goes, "Hope you lit a match, mate."
Archie just looks confused.
Yep. And he just goes back to yeah. So yeah, you're all together again.
Okay.
At Archie's reappearance, before he can, come over to anyone, Victoria will kind of wave him and the rest of them to the door, and she'll approach the bartender on her own.
I imagine since we are now experts in the art of silent communication, I'll pick up what you're putting down and be like, I
Corral
need to fucking
everyone.
smoke. And just kind of usher people outside.
Herd the cats outwards.
The bartender looks up as you approach Victoria and is like, "G'day."
No small talk. Victoria immediately uses cloud memory on him.
He just kind of, his eyes glaze over for a moment, and then he sort of stands there, kind of mid glass clean, with this like vacant look on his face, which is enough time to sort of scamper out if that's what you're planning to do.
Yeah, I'd like to preface that I make him forget up until Astrid and Javier have come back down the stairs, so he remembers those two going up, but it was only for a very brief amount of time, and asking is the boss in today? No. Yeah, and then
Okay.
but everything after that is gone.
Sure. Okay. He forgets that.
Perfect. And then she leaves before
Alright.
he kind of gains recognition.
Yeah. So you're outside again.
Yep.
Yeah, as a group.
All I
See
can imagine is that you
Letizia.
see. Sorry, what?
See Letizia, nothing to worry about.
All I can imagine is that Javier's trying to light a cigarette, but holding it as far away from his face as possible.
So are we leaving?
Yeah, I would be ushering people towards the car.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so as we get to the car, I will... Actually, I'll wait till we're in the car to give you the notes I took. Well, to give Javier them, because Javier's the one that speaks Latin. Actually,
Yeah, and I think
Archie...
he's actually mentioned that,
okay.
out loud.
Yeah. I would say, she had a book called My Thoughts, and I copied some of the pages. And it was a big journal, and I didn't want to take it, so I didn't copy all of them. But I took the ones at the start and the ones at the end, and there are some that mention my name, and then I just give them to Javier.
Oh. Fuck,
See.
this is in Latin.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know what it was saying.
So Javier, you recognize the words that are written down, but they are not in an order that makes sense. It's almost like whoever wrote it sort of wrote it in Latin, but also used a cipher of some kind. You get the idea that maybe if you sat down, you could get the gist of what it says with some time and thought, but it for what it looks like is Archie just handed you a bunch of lorem ipsum handwritten on bits of paper. There's it's definitely words, it's words like tonight and experiment and prince and Camarilla. There's words there, but they're not in any order that sort of relates a narrative of any kind. It's almost like they just wrote down words.
Yeah. Is there well, I guess I don't really have anything to try to work this out, and I don't think that the others have informed me that she is Malkavian.
I
If
mean, we basically got here, and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, let's
Yeah.
get in there.
yeah,
So he's
I
just
mean,
kind of staring at it. I think maybe Victoria and maybe whoever's poking their head in between the seats, probably Archie, just sees him kind of like staring at it, falling with his finger, muttering to himself, probably in Spanish, considering that is his first language. And then
I
squinting
could
at
take a
it.
look at it.
I mean, it's definitely in Latin. It's just the order makes no sense.
I copied it. I don't think I made a mistake when I was copying it.
Uh, I
it's
mean,
all
maybe it's in code.
Oh, that would make sense.
well. Malkavians do love their codes. By the way, she's Malkavian.
Oh, shit, this is a Malk? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
Unfortunately,
apparently, it is an information that is not often shared. Apparently, only the sheriff and the prince know about this. And yes,
Mm,
they
I ain't
do
got
know
no
about
business
her.
telling anybody. Oh, they do. Yeah, I guess so. What'd you gals find?
well, from what we've gathered, she's been around town for a while. Never really felt like aligning herself to anything until now.
Hmm, I get
An
Now,
that.
autocrat. That's what the word
Oh, Tarkus.
that autarchus, yeah.
We got the okay to investigate, but
yes,
better to get results sooner rather than later.
exactly.
Mm.
So, but
So, Javier kind of glances at Victoria. How much of his brain did you wipe?
oh, enough. He'll remember that you and Astrid went upstairs to check for her,
The
and that
problem is, they went upstairs and then he might have forgotten what happened, but when she will go upstairs and see whatever you guys broke up there, um,
Oh,
I
she
yeah.
didn't
will
break shit.
know
I didn't even
who
go
it
through the
is.
door.
Oh, I don't.
Did
I
you
didn't
touch
break.
something that felt odd?
Yeah, when I opened a drawer and it felt really weird, but I didn't see anything physical break. It just felt kind of strange.
I heard it.
Oh, I didn't hear anything, did I, Cry?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything when I did it.
Mhm.
That's the drawer that had the book in it.
Okay. I had activated my senses before entering the bar. That's how
Oh,
I
that
saw
makes
that
sense.
nobody heard it. If you didn't
That's why
have,
you were
if you
staring
had
into the
that,
abyss.
if you had that, yes, that is the reason why. If you had that ability, you could have seen it too.
and,
So
this
what?
information helps us how, Letitia? He's
Well, the information is that she will know that whatever that was is not there anymore, that somebody tampered with the information. In this case, the only people that went through today were us.
Only
well,
people that went through so far.
the only people that went through so far were Javier and Astrid, and they were up for minutes, if that.
Not even. We went
And
up there and
asked,
knocked a couple times and then came
and
back
then
down.
exactly, and then
Do you
asked to have.
believe that this
Okay, talk
kindred,
over
who
me.
is a Malkavian, who does know how to utilize the same discipline that you have, Victoria, will not recognize discrepancies? They
What do you
might
suggest we
be
do then,
a little bit
Letitia?
out there.
Knowledgeable of all things. What would you like us to do? You couldn't fix it. You said so yourself. So what is the solution?
You said that you would fix it.
I said that I would do what I could.
While you're having this conversation, Victoria, you're so sort of engrossed in the conversation that there's. Are you driving, or you're? I'm assuming the car's still parked.
I probably would have pulled around like a
Yeah.
corner or two.
So
So
while
I'm
you're
not like in
yeah,
the car park.
while you're having this conversation, you hear like Knuckles rap noisily against the driver's side window, and there's like a man with like like blonde hair and tanned skin, kind of smiling in at you. And he's like, "Hello." He sort of makes a gesture to roll the window down.
Is it anyone we
Absolutely not.
recognize?
You don't
Yeah.
recognize him, no.
Absolutely not. We're not
Javier
rolling any fucking
immediately,
windows down.
yeah. Javier, he's got the sunglasses up, but he's going to look right at the person, just in case the person tries to make any attempt to open the door, since Victoria has told us that, or has told him that someone has definitely assaulted this car before. But he's immediately ready to basically hit the dominate button if this dude tries anything.
He's like, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm part of the club.
Oh.
You know.
I'm a vampire, he says.
Javier kind of looks to Victoria and is like, "You want me to handle this?"
No. What you
Look,
need us for,
if
man?
Do you roll the window down, or are you still talking through the glass?
I talk through the glass.
He's like, I'm just sort of wishing you the best. I'm also a part of our burgeoning community out here. I'm usually a part of the welcome wagon, but I was caught up last night, and I got told. Well, I didn't get told. I just sort of came down to see if you might come back round. And I just caught you leaving. But I wanted to say hello.
Archie waves at him.
My name's James. Can we I'm promise you I'm not. Look, there's like 5 of you and 1 of me. I'm harmless. I promise.
Peel
Javier
back
will-
the window just a little bit.
He lunges at you. No.
You'll
was gonna
forgive a
say,
lady.
if
I was about to
if
say, I'm gonna incite this guy.
Javier was just going to kind of whisper to Victoria, if you need me to step out, it's not like I can't catch up with you later. You've seen how fast he moves.
That's yeah.
He's like, I'm not looking to cause any problem. I wanted to sort of make acquaintances. I just wanted to. I know.
I'm Archie.
Hi, Archie.
Yeah.
I know you spoke to to Alice, and she can be a bit of a
Character?
bit of a character, a bit serious.
Mhm.
And I just sort of I didn't want to give you the wrong impression about our community up here.
Javier will just take a step out of the car and stand to his full height from the other side, from the passenger side, kind of leaning on the car.
So Javier, as you stand up to your full height, James kind of stands up as well, and he's got a good 2 or 3 inches on you. He's a
Damn,
Dang,
this
he's
is-
like
he is
6'5".
he's a
Big guy.
unit. He is a unit, and he's broad shouldered as well. And he's like, hey. He gives you a smile. He doesn't look malicious at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because just in case, I do have Daunt, and that will prevent a fight from happening without a check.
He doesn't seem interested in fighting. He's just like,
Okay.
so do you guys are you heading somewhere? Do you have a hangout or something? I mean, obviously, I'm not asking for this, the main hangout, the secret hangout. But are you going
Or the
somewhere?
welcome wagon.
I mean, I've got plenty of places
Where?
we can go.
Well, then by all means.
You don't seem to have enough room in your car, though. Do you want to follow me? We can walk. It's not far.
Mm.
Yeah,
Is
and
there-
Victoria can hear all this because she cracked the window, right?
Yeah.
Is there secure parking?
I mean, you can park on the street.
In this neighborhood.
I mean, yeah. Oh, no one's gonna mess with your car if you're with me. It's fine.
If someone does. He just kind of he doesn't finish the sentence and just kind of gives James a look.
James just kind of smiles at you, like, obliviously. He's like, yeah, I bet.
Victoria will cast a glance at the other people inside the car to gauge their reaction, whether or not they're like absolutely not going with him or like, yeah, all right. What's the mood?
Vibe check.
Yeah, what's everyone's vibes?
I mean, he seems friendly, so
Yeah, I think we should go with him.
I want to vibe check this guy to see.
Sure. So you want to, like, what do you want to roll?
I would just like to inside him, and I still have Sense the Unseen on. I
Yeah.
know that it doesn't matter
Yeah, there's nothing particularly
necessarily, but-
unusual about him in terms of what you'd spot for Sense the Unseen, but you can definitely do
Right.
if you want to, I just make that a
What's an insight?
yeah, and just make that like
Uh,
a 3.
I'll be back in a second. You go get my dinner.
Sure.
Clearly Javier's just posturing. He's just trying to make sure that he is perceived as a threat, if a threat is necessary.
Javier's just yelling
Mostly right
behind him.
now, the threat.
Yeah,
What?
Do you have 3?
your read on him is that he seems genuine. Like, he doesn't seem like he's trying to lure you or engage in any kind of fuckery, but he's also not telling you everything. But that's also kind of par for the course when you talk to a kindred.
Right.
They don't. You know from experience with other kindred that their favorite thing is not telling you everything.
Maybe I'll tell you what I'm trying to like insight. So we have the information that kind of gives us the upper hand on the fact that like a lot of these new fledglings are possibly they are Malkavian, right? Because
Yeah.
Alice has been helping repopulate this area and bring in some new family. So I'm trying to get a vibe. This guy seems
Does he
Could
vibe
be
like a Malk?
a good
Is he part of the
candidate.
web?
Is he part of the web? Like, yeah, Alice's web. I don't know. Like,
The worldwide Alice web.
The cobwebs, oh, what the heck did Emmy always call them?
There's certainly something familiar about him.
The
That
brain spiders.
might suggest a connection there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
certainly. But like, it's hard to just sort of look at someone and be like, I know.
No,
that you're a Malkavian.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it's just like a vibe, you
Yeah,
know. So I'm
there's
like
definitely
just
that
very
kind of- yeah.
much observing him and his mannerisms and like things like that. I'm honestly not. I'm just, if you guys are looking or trying to look at Letitia's just like laser focused.
Yeah.
Nope, Javier is exuding the "don't start no shit and there won't be no shit" vibe.
Yeah. So, but you definitely, yeah. There's certainly an Alice esque vibe about him that might suggest they come from the same strain.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't seem particularly interested in starting any shit.
I'm back. How
Mhm,
fucked are we?
Not.
No, we're not.
Okay,
We're
cool.
We're
not.
just.
That's my birthright.
Javier's
let's
still
go-
posturing.
let's go
Letitia's
see-
doing a vibe check.
I guess let's
Oh,
go.
cool, cool.
Let's go. Let's go with him.
We don't have anything better to do. Very well, James. Do the fellas want to get out and follow him, and I'll go by car?
I love the idea of like you guys all walking with James and Victoria just
like,
slowly
creeping.
creeping along in the car behind him.
Yeah,
Or,
sure.
or
I
you can
guess.
give like an address.
Yeah. It's not far. It's
All
not
I
far.
can
It's
think
just
of is Javier being like, "There's room in the trunk."
it's not far. Nah, I'd rather not ride in the boot, mate. If it's all the same to you.
I
Fair.
mean, I'd rather not either. But
Well, I mean-
I
I could sit on your lap.
don't share the front seat.
Or why don't you share the back seat with someone and I'll sit in the front
No.
seat?
I can sit on your
Nope.
lap. Are you coming on to me?
Javier is just like, why are all these men think I'm flirting with them?
Boys. If it's just up the street, I'll go ahead and park at the top of the hill.
Yeah, all right. Just follow me. And he steps away from the car and just starts walking. He
I'll
sort of
follow him.
puts his hands in his pockets and starts walking up the street. And he takes a right turn away from the footballer's arms and down the street. And it's not far until there's another bar, because that seems to be the only kind of business that's either open at night and also that seems to flourish in this area. But it's not a big sort of freestanding building. It's like a shop front. And he's
Javier will follow him, like
Yeah.
outside of the car.
yeah. There's no one.
So Archie.
Yeah. There's no one in this place either, and he sort of gets there and sort of stands out the front, waiting.
He will just kind of give the disclaimer. It's like, you'll have to forgive us. The car's already been beat up by somebody. So,
I'm not. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Precious car's a precious baby. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, as soon as there's no harm to us with the car, Javier's done
Yeah.
being, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
He's done posturing. There we go.
Victoria
And that's when he
will chuck it
strikes.
into park.
No.
Chuck that bad boy into park and join everyone else.
Because I said Archie was following, like, I want to be just talking with James about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's seen it, Archie's just assumed that he has.
He's like, oh, I haven't, mate, but it sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's really good. Harrison Ford's a great actor. I love him.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, you know, from Star Wars.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that either, mate.
Archie gets a look of just like abject pain on his face when he
You okay?
says it.
You okay there, mate?
It's
When's the last time you
okay.
did a theater, man?
Oh, mate, it's been a while. Got stuff going on. Got irons in the fire. Got fingers in pies, that sort of thing. Not really, but
I think you should watch Star Wars. He just says that like really suddenly and quick.
maybe I will. I mean, maybe I could take a night off and go and watch the Star Wars.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thanks, Archibald. I appreciate that.
You
I
can
hear
call me
there's
Archie.
two of them now.
There is.
Two.
The second one's called Empire Strike Backs, and it has Archie starts just recounting the story.
Info
of
dumping.
Empire. Yeah.
And
Javier's
James,
like-
to his credit, is just like nodding the whole time, like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good movie. I like it a lot.
And he's his father, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
This was the 80s. I imagine there wasn't really a thing around spoilers.
No.
That feels like more a modern internet thing.
Yeah. Because it was easy to avoid them, I guess, back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, unless someone info dumps the entire plot of two movies to you.
That's true.
I just love the idea that from the car, all we see is Javier is walking, looking like all intimidating and shit, and then Archie just starts babbling, and suddenly all three of them look like they're having a wonderful conversation.
Leticia, are you with the group walking outside as well?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
walking with
So-
him. Yeah.
He after as Archie's kind of like talking about the Empire Strikes Back, James kind of glances sideways at you and says, "So Leticia, you don't get up here that often, do you?"
We definitely
Did he
did not
just
skip
call
from her
me
name.
by my name?
He did.
Hmm.
You right?
Hmm.
Bit quiet.
Well, she doesn't get out much.
That. I mean, that's sort of the curse of the whole thing, isn't it?
More so than most.
Sometimes you can just forget, who you are, what
Where
you're doing.
did you hear my name?
Oh, did you not say it before when you're in the car?
Nope.
Oh, could have sworn you said it. I mean, we haven't
We
met
we didn't
before.
exactly have a chance to give proper introduction, no.
Huh.
So it is curious that you already know that name.
At that, could I just do like a heightened senses, just kind of take a glance around?
Yeah,
Javier introduced to Malk shit. He's just like, oh great.
it is your heightened senses kind of brighten the area around you and, make your hearing sharper, and you hear the sort of things that you'd hear in this kind of area. There's nothing, you don't see anyone sort of trying to hide or anything like that.
Okay.
James kind of scratches the back of his head, and he toys with a leather sort of like band around his wrist. This like braided band around his wrist, and he's like tugging on it, and he sort of shrugs his shoulders and goes, I can't tell you. It was just in my head.
Interesting. Any other names floating in your head?
Okay, I want to know if he actually heard. Like back in the when we were in the car, did anybody say my name?
I don't think so.
In the car, Victoria did. Because Victoria and Letizia were fighting again.
Oh, during the little argument, Tiff.
Yes. That got interrupted by the knock on the door.
Are you having this discussion like in front of James?
No, this is
Okay.
like me trying to
think this is an out
remember
of
because I don't
character
remember.
thing.
Yeah, this is out of character. Like
Okay, sure.
I don't remember if
Yeah.
anybody called me by my name. So I'm trying to gauge, I guess, in character. Would I know if like he was actually listening to the conversation? Because that would be a problem.
Well, I mean that would be the immediate sort of thread that you probably cling on to, because no one said it while he was knowingly at the window. But Victoria was sort of yelling it at you when he knocked. But that's basically the only time that it was said.
And even then, I think the most we were saying is, I thought you said you'd take care of it. I thought you said you'd fix it. Well, I said I'd do what I could. There was no like specific as to, wow, ominous thunder. There was no specifics being discussed at that point. It was literally just, I thought you said you'd fix it, and then those two started arguing.
Okay.
I will also point out that he said that you don't get out much, which is a weird thing to say if he doesn't know that, you know. It would be a weird thing to just assume.
Curious.
We should kill him. Right now.
Hit him with the car.
Yeah.
Oh, now you want to hit someone with the car.
Hey, she's already hit a dog with the car. She'll hit a person if it needs be. As long as it doesn't damage it too much.
To be fair, you didn't hit the dog. You drove at the dog, and the dog just jumped over the car.
That's true.
Then
The intent was there,
dented
though.
Yeah.
So James kind of, when there's like a bit of silence, Letizia is like, "You right?"
Yep. Totally fine.
Good to know. Anyway, and he sort of turns to Astrid and is like, "Well, we haven't been introduced. You haven't really said much. What's your name?"
Maggie.
Maggie. Righto. And he kind of points at Javier. He's like, "Big bloke." Even though you're shorter than he is.
I mean, he's still a big guy.
Yeah,
just
that's
because
true.
he's a couple inches shorter. Not to mention, I don't know, is this dude kind of dressed punky as well? Because Javier's definitely in, like, the thick-soled boots, so that adds an inch or two as well.
Did you ever see the Punisher movie where Kevin Nash played the Russian? He's just got like, he's got like a basically like a skin tight t-shirt on with like a crew neck kind of cut, and it's like blue and white stripes, and then just like jeans. This he's distinctly fashion agnostic, it seems.
Unlike Archie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Javier will just be like, name's Joe.
Joe. It's good.
Oh,
And what about our friend in the car?
Well, I'm sure if she wants you to know her name, she introduced herself.
All right. I'm not like
Because
I said.
I don't know what name she gave them.
It's like, all right. I mean, you guys have like, I get being on the defensive, but
we've been through a lot.
Gee, I mean, yeah, I bet we all have, mate. You know, just you need to, just we're all friends out here. We're not trying to step on each other's necks to, get to the top, are we?
Excuse me. You have to forgive me. I was literally attacked within minutes of arriving on this very weird island of yours. So, not exactly two kind strangers anymore.
All right, well, can't fault you there. Anyway, want to get down to brass tacks? I mean, I'd offer to buy you a drink, but you're not going to be drinking it. Just a waste of money.
I mean, I could try. It might be amusing, but
no. You might have cash to throw around, mate. I do not.
I didn't even drink before I was embraced.
Oh, missing out.
I shrug.
So yeah, he's kind of like the seats he picks are like out on the like just like a table and chairs out on the sidewalk at the front of the bar. And there's enough for all of you, like maybe sitting around two different tables. But he waits for Victoria to park and come over before he starts speaking again, really. You just got to make small talk.
Mm-hmm. I go back to the info jumping, I guess.
So the top men take the thing at the end, the boss.
Yeah. It's a really big warehouse, and I don't know what else is in it, but I'm excited to watch more movies to find out. I hope they reveal it.
Hang on a sec. And Victoria approaches and he's like, "Hi, I've introduced I was thought your mate here didn't want to give your name, so I thought he said I'd have to ask you."
Great. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Anyway, so I want to get down to brass tacks. I'm assuming you're up here because our mates in the city aren't treating you very good.
Well, I did say I was attacked within minutes of getting here.
I mean, that could be anything, though. You could have just been bitten by a dog or something.
Nope, can definitely say the dog did not bite me.
Oh, it wasn't a different. Fair enough.
Well, there's like scratch marks on the car. Like, there are claw marks left in that car from the dog.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I understand. That's why I'm up here myself. I tried my hand at being, that good fella, doing what Prince Muckety Muck wanted. Didn't take. Wasn't good at it. Thought I'd come up here and try things differently.
Yeah, I nod. I say, yeah, I don't like how things work down there. It's all very.
I don't blame you. It's all blood. It's all blood and guts and fucking fancy, rooms and statues and some bloke shedding a single tear and clutching a fucking rose or something.
Sorry, that's me laughing. Javier is not.
Archie just nods.
Javier's finishing that cigarette he didn't get a chance to smoke any of because everyone in the car started yelling.
But I wanted to sort of be. I was hoping I'd be the sort of be able to sort of get and talk to you. I was busy last night though. but it's good that I can talk to you now because I need help up here. We are a mess. A bunch of just not enough of us to really hold the territory if the city blokes decide they want it. And look, any help we can get, I want to find. I want to grab onto it with both arms. And you seem. I mean, you don't seem extremely trusting, but that's good. That means you're wary. You got your wits about you. That's what I was trying to get. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, you know what? The thought is gone. Let's move on.
It's like, I don't know, this is bizarre that I'm just sort of coming at you. I'm like, hey, come help me out. But I believe I'm putting everything, right out there in the open. And I mean, obviously not everything out there in the open. But, I want, if I need help, I'm going to ask for help. I'm not afraid to ask.
What kind of help are you looking for?
Hold the place, make it ours, make sure nobody comes in here and decides I'm gonna be the prince or the duke or the king or whatever. Just run by the people that live here, and that's it. That's the place, and it's our place.
Okay. I thought Alice was in charge around here, though.
Who?
What?
Alice. Nah, man.
His accusing brother hasn't been saying any names.
Nah, man.
I mean, he knew that we were at the
Wait,
The-
what? You're not with Alice?
No.
Okay.
First time I've heard the name, honestly.
Huh. She
You
was
say you
all...
frequent a bar that you don't know all of the patrons of?
No,
Or
I
is
know
that
the
just a
patrons. I
mental
know.
guess?
I know Tackle. I know Crow. I know Frank. Greg.
Oh, Frank.
Frank.
What was the out of character? What was the name of the dude that went missing? Because Frank talked about a dude that went missing, and I can't remember his name at the moment.
I didn't write it down.
John. Pretty sure it was John.
I don't remember, but yeah, he was like, yeah, my mate. He just he got into it with them, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
But that would have been something Victoria knows, not me. Computer, this is not the time to go to sleep.
Having a little nap.
Yeah.
Pardon our confusion, they all seemed fairly well versed with Alice.
Oh, I mean, we don't all share the same friends, I guess.
That's
True.
I don't.
Well, I
Can
mean,
I
if you say that
incite
you
this
don't know her,
bitch?
then
Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't. I'm not convinced. How does he not know about Alice? I will describe her.
So you
Red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not ringing any bells, but like I said, I don't know everybody.
that's fine. I mean, you don't know Alice, you don't know Alice. Javier's just trying to be like, stop talking to him about Alice because he's probably lying and he's not going to tell us anything.
Can I get a wits insight check at difficulty 4 from just everybody?
Okay.
Oh, I can't pass that.
I mean, if you can't pass it, you can't pass it. But
Well, I mean, maybe if I crit.
Wits,
I have
insight.
3 dots in wit, so I might be able to. I don't have any.
You said difficulty what?
4.
Can I rouse?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want to. Yeah, you can
Add
do that.
a dog?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I literally.
I'll
couldn't
do
do
it.
that.
I'm full. I don't.
How's that feel?
Oh well,
Where
it's
do I roll hunger? There you go.
No. I got one success.
I'd have
No,
to...
Javier is just very much of the if we know something that we're not supposed to know, play dumb. He has mentioned
I'm
that to
hungrier, but
Yeah,
I
but the
have
problem is Archie isn't playing when it comes to dumb.
But yeah, like it was the better to let someone guess correctly than to open your
Be
mouth and prove them
right?
right.
I
Mm.
have more.
Okay.
No, that is right.
I'm glad to see we have the same insight and wits.
Yeah, I have more wits, no insight. Weirdly enough,
Well,
Oh,
we're all
Okay.
not
So good
very
at this.
good.
Fen, did you still have
I-
your? Oh, you already rolled your wits insight. Oh no, was that from before?
No, that's
Yeah.
the new one.
Okay,
But I would like to use a willpower
sure.
to reroll
yeah.
3.
Okay.
I am not going to bother using a willpower.
No.
I can only reroll one.
Do I
Yeah.
click on willpower reroll? Is that where
Yeah,
it
that's
is?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're more than welcome to reroll 3 of those.
I guess
So you
I need
actually have
2
3 to
more.
reroll.
I will try.
As long as you don't crit.
Wow.
That's
So-
rude. That's rude of the dice to do that to you.
That's so
Yeah.
fucking
Archie
bullshit.
stole all the successes.
I could try to re-roll because none of us succeeded, right?
Yeah,
No.
You
it'd
can
probably
only
be
re-roll 2 of them, so you still
I
can't
can
pass
only
unless
reroll
you get a
2?
messy crit.
I believe you can
Okay.
reroll up to 3 dice.
You can't re-roll hunger dice.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And one of
Unfortunately,
those dice is a crit, so if you do crit with another die, you will messy crit.
Yeah. So I think
And that's the only way you can pass it is with a critical.
Okay.
yeah. So I think unfortunately the insight and wits rolls didn't pick anything up.
Javier's just trying to move the conversation along because it's
Yeah.
like, just keep playing dumb, stop
Yeah.
talking about it.
But yeah, what I'm hoping to do is just get you guys on, like, obviously, Joe here mentioned, you called yourself Joseph, didn't you?
He said Joe.
Yeah, it's like Joe here mentioned that didn't get the warmest welcome. Obviously, brand new here. Maggie, you sound new as well. I just, look, I want to help. I want to give you guys somewhere that you can hang your hat and say this is our spot, and you're not going to have to worry about someone saying, "Well, it's your spot because I gave it to you, and I'm going to tell you what to do."
Well, it would be nice not to live out of a different hotel every night.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just?
Yeah, it gets expensive.
Archie only just now understanding how expensive hotels are.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a good one. It was like a shitty roadside motel that probably only takes cash.
I mean, at this stage, in the 80s, I imagine everywhere only takes cash.
There were checks.
Oh, yeah,
I know
right,
you're too
check.
young to remember checks, but there were
Oh,
checks.
Very
yeah.
early credit cards.
Yeah.
Very early.
I'll be right back. I just got to duck out for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what everyone used before credit cards, is they just did checks, and then it was like you had to worry about if your check bounced, which is why you had to manually balance your own checkbook. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You had to be good at math and shit.
I simply refuse to be good at maths.
You didn't have a fancy little electronic bank account to tell you how much money you had. You just had to keep up with it and hope your math wasn't wrong.
There was a good 2 years, I think, actually, that I couldn't actually access my bank account online. So I basically had to do that, just try and mentally keep track of how much money I had.
Good job.
Well, checkbooks used to actually, that's why they were called checkbooks, is because they had a little part of it that was just it looked like a little Excel spreadsheet, and you would write down your expenses and do the math yourself. And I remember when I was 10 years old, they beat that into our brain.
Huh. How useful
They're like,
did
this is
that
an
end up
important
being?
life skill, and then, by the time I got old enough to have a bank
Hello.
account, I didn't need it anymore. Hello.
You're still
We're discussing checks.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like you're still discussing checks.
Well, in case anyone in the audience is too young to remember them.
Just a quick. And I'll do a quick role playing wellness checks. Everybody having fun? Is everybody enjoying?
Mm.
I'm sussed out. I'm perennially sussed out, and you cannot
Oh,
But
yeah,
isn't
I
that
don't-
suss me out.
But isn't that fun? Like, do you enjoy that
Yeah.
aspect of it though, Fen? Like, I'm not
Oh yeah,
bothering you,
no,
am I?
I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm like,
But it's
I'm
fun
at the
though,
edge of
right?
my seat. I'm
It's-
like, I
By the way,
I've
he
just
called
got
me
Javier. He knows
Archibald,
something. Yeah.
He did call you Archibald.
which I said my name was Archie, and also Alice calls me Archibald. So-
Javier knows something's up. He's just like, I'm gonna play dumb, like I've been doing since I got here. Don't let them know you're onto them.
So James is like, well, anyway, I think it's a great idea, and I might be, I might be the stupidest bastard in the world by just coming out and asking, but why not? And if you guys say no, or whatever, like, you can go back to, if you turned out to be, from the city, like, I don't care if you go back and say I'm out here trying to. It's like everyone out here is trying to live separate from them. They know. They must know, right?
I assume, but maybe there are a lot of other anarch places around. Maybe they're more worried about those.
Oh, there's plenty of them. There's the ones down in St Kilda, on Inkerman Street, and he's like, you know about those, and there's also some out west. I don't know much about those. I haven't been out there.
Well, how about I help you, you help me, and we can maybe figure out exactly who it was that came from my blood within,
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Robin.
yeah, I'll help where I can. I don't have any mates that said, I tried to drink a guy's blood from, a guy from America's blood, but I can ask around.
Know anybody with a Rottweiler?
Nah, not really. Like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big one.
Nah.
Well, more specifically, he's actually got like an X tattooed on him.
I know someone with a cat. Don't know any. I mean, I know people with tattoos. I don't. What kind of an X?
Hey,
Javier was too busy stabbing a dude's neck to really pay attention, so that's gonna be on y'all.
out of
He was
character
too
question.
hungry.
Does he have to get that tattoo again every day, or did he have that before he became a vampire? How
Depends
does
when he
that
got
work?
it. Depends when he got it. Also, there are some like blood sorcery kind of rituals where you can give someone a permanent tattoo.
Okay, cool.
Or,
So we-
you can just flesh sculpt a tattoo onto yourself.
Yeah, that too.
You steal
yeah,
someone
why
else's.
not?
Well,
The problem is finding a Zamisi that is
Yeah.
Chill with it.
Yeah.
Tattoos are really expensive in
That-
the unlife.
yeah.
so
But only expensive in
you-
the sense that you want to give your like, because he's not going to want money as payment. So like,
In the 1980s, I still believe that the Sabbat was very much a thing.
oh yes,
A lot more than now. So Zamisi weren't really seen anywhere else but there, really. So
Yeah.
good luck with that.
the ones that weren't in the Sabbat didn't really do flesh crafting.
Hmm.
We know where there's some of them. At least Victoria does.
Yeah, Victoria knows all about them.
Yeah. She's like,
See,
oh, does
I
anyone want a
think-
tattoo? I know some people.
Anytime someone mentions the Sabbat, Victoria has that
She has war
That-
flashbacks.
it's just that gif of that gif of that like on the dog training show, and the dog's like, they're trying to like teach it to not jump at the snack, and then someone's like edited it so it's got like war flashbacks over its face. I'm gonna post it now, just so I'm gonna put it in the Thanks for the Memories channel, just so everyone can see it, so everyone knows what I mean.
Yeah. That will be on Astrid, Archie, and Victoria to describe the tattoo because Javier was too busy being very hungry and trying to eat everyone.
Big, I believe it was like a big black X. I think. I don't know. It was just a
Yeah.
big
I
X
thought it was
tattoo.
red.
Was it?
Anyway,
It's been a while.
I mean, Asher can describe it pretty simply, considering she literally just saw it like the
Yeah,
night
she's
before.
seen it like
So
in
true, bestie.
fucking.
You know, I
And
don't.
Javier still doesn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, there's a lot y'all don't know because we just kind of went into like everything.
you know, I don't know any
Yeah.
dudes with any blokes with dogs or X tattoos, but I can certainly ask around. Like I said, I don't know everybody. I don't know. I'll bring an improvement. I don't know everybody.
Anyone causing
Definitely was not the
anyone
warmest welcome.
But yeah, that's what you want. If that's what it'll take to get you on board.
It's like, well, they didn't succeed, and unfortunately, I didn't get rid of the problem, so I imagine it'll crop back up, and if I'm here, it's going to become your problem.
No, I get it. Just so. Anyway. Are you guys? Oh my god! I said, are you guys staying around here? Do you need somewhere to stay around here?
That would be good, I think. I would like that.
I mean, I can set you up.
Yeah.
That way, you're not going to have to pay for hotels.
If you're
I ain't got
offering.
nowhere to call home.
All right, and he sort of he reaches into his back pocket and produces like a biro pen and a notepad, and he scribbles down an address in like really sort of illegible handwriting, and he hands it over to Archie, and he's like, "There's no one there. No one will be there. No one will bother you. It's it's kitted out for us, if you know what I mean. Obviously, if you're gonna eat, but don't don't make a mess of things. That's the general rule of thumb.
I only eat animals anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, all right.
Javier is just like face palming.
That's good on you. Good on you. Good on you there, Archie.
Thank you. Okay. How far is it from where we are?
Oh, it's probably just like a 10-minute drive. Not far.
Okay, cool.
Um,
You've been very kind.
Of course. Yeah, but look, I told you, I've put my money where my mouth is. Put my heart on my sleeve. Told you exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, you'll know where to find us if
I will.
you need. That was ominous.
Is there any reliable way we can get in contact with you?
I mean, I like
Man.
this is a favorite spot of mine. I can give you my well, I mean, I don't really have a phone. I mean,
That was going to be my next question.
not in a way that I really use it. I don't know. Why don't we just pick a time and place to meet up next?
Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
Right. So what about I see you tomorrow night here.
And this.
And where is here? Javier will like look up to see if he can find a name.
The bar. The bar is called what's the bar called?
Time for bar generator.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I am going to bar generator. Is there a bar generator? No.
There most definitely is, for sure.
Serb, isn't that where we got the name the Cool Burn?
Ultimate bar name generator. Sorry, I should have had this ready to go.
You can take the Cool Burn if you want.
No, it's called the Rambling Bull.
Fun.
Yeah.
Because it's full of shit.
My favorite bar name that I got from like a tavern name generator was the Magnificent Hamster.
We once called a place a CD bar because people got turned into plants there.
Nice.
And then it had trees.
So all right, well, I'll catch you guys and girls later. It's nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too.
Remember, I'm James. I want I want the people calling the shots to be the people that live here. Not not some bloke who's beholden to some other bloke who's beholden to some bloke who's asleep in a bloody crypt in wherever fucking Ville overseas.
I hate work.
Just add more zippers to your outfit. You'll be fine.
What?
And he just kind of snorts. He's not going to explain that.
Right. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. And he shoots you like the finger guns and just sort of takes off down the street and leaves you guys sitting in this outside this bar.
God, he finger guns. Lovely.
Beautiful. He's just like me for real. I started doing it as a joke and then I've been unable to stop.
That's sad.
Actually, I don't think I do it as much anymore.
Javier just like afterwards is like, I sure hope this place has a shower.
Oh, right, yeah, we can shower.
Oh, hey, I love how the last thing that was posted in here prior to that was the vampires are fighting.
Yeah.
So pertinent.
So what are you going to do? We're about to wrap up. We've got about 5 or so minutes left in the session. Is there stuff you'd like to do as a group?
I want once he is like.
He's gone. He's out of earshot.
Okay,
I imagine
say,
we need to like go back to a car before we start talking.
Yeah, because I want to point out that he called me Archibald, despite not introducing myself as that, and he knew Letizia, and
yeah. When we get back to the car, Javier's like, no shit. It's like, and the less they know we're aware of, the better position we got. Thought I went over this the other night.
Yeah, sorry, I just figured that he would
I
know.
wasn't talking to you, and he's just
Okay.
like, you doing all right over there? And he looks over at Letizia, who's been like borderline anxiety the entire night.
I am still very much not even borderline. I'm like anxiety incarnate right now. I really don't like people knowing about me. I am uncomfortable that people that I don't know me or think they do or like even the name. That just I'm not doing great. I'm definitely
like,
hella paranoid.
He's like, do you need something to calm down? Smoke usually helps me.
I just need to go back home.
That's fair. I mean, you don't gotta stay here. You actually got a place.
Did you mean back home as in your house in the city, or did you mean Italy?
It is a great question.
Letitia's just yes.
No, it is a great question, actually. Maybe I'll go back whenever my uncle comes through. Anyway,
I mean, don't you still kind of gotta need kind of gestures to Astrid?
Well, if I'm gone, unfortunately, it's
Also, don't you have like a big pressing matter to deal with?
Yep, I'm waiting for the uncles to come.
Not that I don't respect the idea of skipping countries to get away from your problems.
I just want to say, the best part about that big pressing matter with the haunted house and the hole into another reality is that she has no idea about it.
Oh, yeah,
he does? Rathu.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but Rathu didn't... Rathu's a rat. Like, even if he can, like...
Rathu is a rat.
Yeah.
I don't think he could be able to, like...
Rathu couldn't comprehend, like, the idea of there being a hole that leads to the underworld.
Rathu just said they were doing renovation in a spooky house.
Yeah, Rathu was like... if you remember, I did what Rathu said. Rathu was just like they went in a hole.
Yeah.
That was like the extent.
She didn't ask any more questions.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, they went in a hole. Well, I'm sorry, I missed out on going in the hole." And that was
I'm well versed in going in holes. So.
And then there's also kind of like a moment where like you see Javier kind of hesitate, realize what he just said, and he's like, "Actually, how easy do you have transportation off this island?"
I mean, I have somebody coming in from my home country soon. So
So you're telling me you got a phone and a jet?
I don't have a jet right now, but I can make arrangements to get a way out if I needed it to.
Javier's nodding, uh, looking a little more enthusiastic about this than he should.
Hmm.
Hey, there's actually something pretty important now that we're not doing whatever the fuck it is we were doing. So Mr. X, he's in talks with Fenris.
Oh, good. Then, well then, damn, it wasn't an anarch. It was the cam bullshit trying to kill me. Should have
Wait,
known.
what? How do you
Well,
know
if Mr.
that?
X is in with your sire, then
I saw it
Well,
last night before I went to bed, which is actually kind of weird because like I go to bed later than all of you, but they were talking. So maybe I was seeing
yeah.
something that happened already, or maybe it was something that was going to happen today.
Nah, Mr. X and Fenris is of really high humanity. Actually.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
seem the type.
They're
He's
saints.
he's actually the good guy in all
Yeah.
this.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, clearly they're the good guys. They tried to kill Javier.
Yeah.
Thank God.
yeah, I would probably find a taxi back or something if that is possible.
Victoria not gonna drive you.
Javier is going to be like, you want an escort or anything? You know.
I mean, how are you going to get back?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But she
It's
said he
alright.
wants your phone. Don't let him.
I'm surprised nobody else has been like, wait a minute.
Astrid, you're more than welcome to still come over and stay with me if you wanted to. If you want to stay with the others, I totally understand as well.
Um. Yeah, I think I'll head back with you today. So I'll go along.
Then I'll have an escort and somebody to come with me. It's not a problem. Thank you, Javier, for your concern.
So it's just.
Because
I
Leticia
thought.
has no fucking clue.
Yeah, Letitia's like, she doesn't understand. She doesn't know what you're doing.
Why
No,
is
if
this
we-
dude being so friendly all of the sudden?
If we could maybe find time to go to Richmond at some point, that'd probably be good. Like not
We
today,
actually should
obviously.
be going by the doctor that I talked earlier today. Should be ready by now.
Oh, yeah.
Should be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do we want to wrap up this session with you going to the doctor to feed Astrid?
Yeah, Dottor Nicola Montevici.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Archie, I guess you and me are slumming it again.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Archie's like, yay, sleepover.
Just
Yeah.
before we finish here, Victoria, are you going with Javier and Archie to this house that you've been, or this place you've been given to stay, or are you going to go back to your apartment?
Victoria will go back. No.
Javier's like,
Hang
I wouldn't
on.
blame you if you want another night off.
I really
No.
want this to be completely in character. Victoria sitting there going, Victoria will. No.
She's like really thinking about it. No, she's going to stay just so we can get some of those pages translated, or at
Okay.
least attempt to.
Okay. Well, I think
Slumming it with us. All right.
I think we'll wrap it up there. Astrid and Leticia, you can take a hunger point off, if you want to, because you're getting food from your doctor friend.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm leaving the thing with like all the bags that I get, and like you let me know if there's any logistics that we need to figure out. But I would pay for it, as you know, we had previously discussed with the doctor. And those would be like specifically for Astrid, so I would have gotten a few
Yeah.
just so that she could eat whenever. And I'll actually
Cool.
like tell you, Astrid, I'll be like, come over with me, and I'll make like a little bin inside of my fridge with your
Oh,
blog
dude.
bags, and I'll
Oh,
put
wow.
Astrid on it.
Astrid blood,
And
do
that-
not drink.
That is like
Oh,
just
Capri Sun.
yours. That's your Capri Suns, yes.
Yeah.
Sure. That's
I don't.
that's
Is Capri
that's
Sun a
that
thing
one.
yet?
I
I
don't
thought that was a
No.
know.
'90s thing.
I have
I'm
no
not
no.
doing
I have no
research right
idea.
now.
I'm not from here.
It's an out of culture. It is an out of game comment. I'm not doing the research.
No, they
right now.
were introduced in 1969.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Although we didn't have
Absolutely.
them
Javier
here.
will.
So
Javier will ask Victoria if she wants to go get a bite to eat.
All right.
So
Because
think we
Javier has not been able to
lose
get
Nick?
below 2 hunger.
yeah, we lost Nick.
Nick?
Did we?
Oh no.
Oh, we did.
Nick.
Heck.
Rip.
Nick.
No, he's
Rip.
gone from the call entirely.
That's all right. Well,
Oh.
we'll
He
wrap it up
punched too
anyway.
hard. Or he saw like a cat and he was like, "Oh goody, free cat."
That's all right.
There he is.
There he is. Welcome back, Nick.
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi died.
It
Ah.
happens.
That's okay.
For
you
some
just ran
reason,
off
I
to get a
misheard
cat.
that for a second. As my wife died.
Wife
I'm like,
died?
Yeah,
I'm
my-
like, Nick's really blasé about this, and also I didn't know Nick was married.
Yeah, no, my wife died. I just had to go deal with that for a second back.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
been
where is
cremated.
Victoria's
Yeah.
hunger, anyways?
She's just there too.
I asked her
Yeah, we're both
expressly
at
not
two.
to die during the
Yeah.
stream. Anyway, thank you everybody. That was good. That was a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Fan, I'm sorry for giving you anxiety and putting you on edge, but that's kind of the
That
nature.
is okay. That's my character.
Yeah, that's just the nature.
Literally,
of
like this is the nature of my character. So
Yeah.
just be like, I'm finally showcasing Letizia for who she actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
she
yeah,
has,
she's
like,
a
no
ball of
facade.
anxiety and has literally like a hard time being around people and having people like know about her. She likes her shadows and she likes to not be in the center of attention at all. So yeah, this is giving her a lot of anxiety. So yeah.
Good.
All I can think of is like as soon as it's off screen, Victoria is like taking Javier by the ear. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
And don't worry, we're
Talking
not
about
taking
protocol.
another week off. We'll be right back with more Vampire next week.
Oh, time zones. Do y'all have your time thingy happening next weekend?
I
Or this
believe
weekend?
so.
Or is it?
Yeah.
No,
I think
this weekend, right? Tomorrow.
I got a work email
Is
about
it on the 1st?
Yeah, Sunday the
you
Sunday the
guys
2nd of April at 2 a.m. is when it will happen here.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are in.
So-
Means nothing
It's the
to
first.
Blue because Blue lives in a heathen state that doesn't believe in
Heathen.
it.
If,
I don't have to
if-
change shit.
So I guess the question is, do we?
I can't go any earlier than our
You
current start
at
of
work.
5 because I finish work
Yeah.
at 4. So I have
Yeah.
to.
So that means for the rest of us, it'll be an hour later.
An hour later, okay.
I'm sorry about that. I wish I could go earlier,
On
but
the
I really can't.
Stroke of midnight.
I'm really sorry
It
about
sounds
it
like you-
being. Yeah, I wish I could go
That's
earlier
fine.
than that, but I really can't without
So
without moving it to a weekend, and that would just throw everything off. So
Yeah. So
Yeah,
for
that's-
Serb and I, that will be starting at 2 a.m. And for Finn, it'll be midnight.
Yeah, midnight for me, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry. I wish I could go. I wish I could go. I wish I could
Well,
go
the funny-
earlier. I really do.
All right,
The
well,
funny
I'm
thing
gonna
is
go
I've
to bed,
adjusted
so
my-
see y'all later.
Yeah.
Right?
Good
Night.
You know,
I've adjusted my sleep schedule, where
adjusted
I've
is a
lost the
strong
words.
term.
I've adjusted the sleep schedule where I literally just woke up before game. So to try to make it easier for whenever this game starts at 2, because I had a feeling that eventually that was going to be our like compromise time is an hour earlier for you and an hour later for me. Meet in the middle kind of thing.
Is this fucking GIF Letitia?
No, that's Victoria anytime someone mentions the Sabat.
But it is also kind of
Oh,
Letitia
it's also
thinking of
very good for Letitia.
That was just Letitia the entire time. She's just like,
Hey Fang, guess what?
yeah? What?
Hang on.
Ooh, get sniped.
You've been sneakily raided.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, because I do not have alert set on this one.
Although-
Yeah, I turn all my
Can
alerts
we,
off
like,
on
Yeah.
my.
Can we delete this GIF, please? Though